Hello there, and welcome to your reading. I'm going to take a look at the energies going on around you right now and any information that might come forward to help assist you on your path. There we have the High Priestess. Interesting. This seems to be a common collective thing going through, as us waking up to our true higher self, no longer being able to suppress these old ways, these things of being in denial, like there's no life left in this situation. There's so much judgment that's been going on. It's been quite harsh and critical, very much Saturnian energy going through there. And now you could look on my channel and see the video called Payback Time. So Saturn now is in a season of having to pay back everything that's been going on since late 2019. And that brings in this blue moon. Now it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So for some of you, that might be actually what's happening. It might be windfalls. It might be inheritances. It might be mending of long-term broken relationships, or it might be simply the power to move on into the delight of who you are, being able to forge the connections that feel natural and that you no longer have to stay in a state of cycles. So let's take a look. We're going to get an animal guide to go along with this. We have the snake at the bottom. As you can see, it's talking about the telltale heart. That even though things feel dry and you might feel deserted, abandoned, rejected, or left out because of the way things have gone on for so long, you do have this beautiful new beginning coming in for you that you have chosen. You have called it in, just like wishing on a star right here. It's kind of like, in order to move forward, you had to turn around. So we could call it going through your past, but not really. It's not like looking behind you. It's literally making a return to the truth of who you are. Okay. So I love it. This is High Priestess. This is not Hanged Man, because that is the nature of the bat, to sleep upside down. Okay, so let's get a card for this Five of Swords going on here. All right. And there's the High Priestess. Interesting. Cat rhymes with bat. And the Fool, the snow leopard. So this is a very rare opportunity. Snow leopards are very rarely seen. You can see the reiteration of the cosmic blue here. That's 4D, fourth dimension coming on in, which is indicative of heaven on earth, which is fantastic. I absolutely love that. You can see the repetition of the triangles coming in, the triunity, meaning it's perfection of love, perfection of protection. It's knowing that you have your housing covered, you have your food covered, and you have clothing covered. So if you have your basic necessities covered, this really isn't that big of a risk. All right. The only risk is leaving behind old, you're saying betrayals, old birds of a feather that looked like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. We're exactly alike. We should get along, but it was not working. You can see it would take away and diminish the magic. But here you are stepping out on what is solid ground for the time. Maybe some decisions you start mulling over your heart in the winter time, because again, the snow leopard is bringing in that winter aspect over here, that you're ready to move past the perpetual winter. Maybe some of you have watched Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. They were stuck in the perpetual winter with the queen who wanted to rule over everybody and make sure no one had plenty, had pleasure, those type of things, doing away with that. Now, if you're showing up calendarically, we've just been going through the Taurus North Node, which has that same element of the perpetual winter of like, when hell freezes over, well, I'll let you be happy. And it could be from people that were in your environment, right? Or just simply the environment that you were raised in, maybe some conditioning going on. But I love it. Tigers come in like a magic carpet ride to set you free from that. You can see the powers of the earth beginning to work together, the Dharma coming together to create a whole new world, a personal connection to yourself. And so this has to do with bringing in the cat of the protection that you have right here. All eyes watching out for you, that both the past and the future are secure and guarded, that you're living and looking forward now, that those things can't creep in, meaning fears, worries, intimidations, things like that, that you keep your mind centered and focused through the ancient wisdom, the ancient teachings, the ancient leading. And this has more to do with knowing your gut. Not just like the gut feeling, but that instinct, that intuition, all the eyes. It's a very scorpionic energy that when we pay attention to it in its truth, separate from emotion. Now, emotion and feeling are not the same. Emotion is something that is a disturbance because of a conditioning and something of the past that you've been through, okay? But here we're talking about the magic of your soul, your dreams, your desires watching out for you, going, don't go that direction. Or that person is a trickster. You know, move back over here, head this direction. And it might be totally new for you, but you see how it brings in the magic. You see how it begins to shatter and break the old systems and welcome in this new Aquarian age. That's very much what the blue is, the plasma is here for us. Plasma is the fourth state of matter. It's the state of all things being possible. All right, so it removes all question and all doubt so that you can find your groove thing, baby, and begin to take action and live from that authentic, okay, you chose your card, from that authentic place, because as you can see, we have Martian energy going on here, and that begins to create a solid connection to yourself, okay, first and foremost. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's see what we've got for these other two. Okay, this is for the cat. Not for you. And we have two over here as well. Interesting. So 5. 5 is the number of change. 5 is that number of action, of power, of it being put in your hand. It doesn't just have to be challenge. It could simply be change. Because when we're up for the challenge, it's just change. Something in our spirit, that connection happens, our knowingness is there, the things are provided. Remember the triangles, the things are provided, our well-being is provided for, that then it really removes the element of risk and we're able to just walk forward in our truth. So here it's talking about not for you. It's like the game playing is no longer for you. You were to go through the center, into the center of yourself, to your part of fortune. And that is where the clues are that lead you into this new dimension and bringing the heaven here on earth for you. And so let's take a look back over here at this liberation of the tiger that comes like a magic carpet to lift you up and out of this old desolate energy, of this old conditioning and these mindsets and the rabble, to get it cleared out so that you can get into the luxury of who you are, into a place of like security, of ease, of commonality, of protection. So we have details, and peaks of joy. I absolutely love that. It's kind of like this is what was promised. This is what is written. So if you've been hanging on to a string, hoping it would come in for you, it is coming your way. You have merged and become the butterfly. So there's no more of having to sit there and caterpillar, munch. And that leads you into following your hunch here of stepping out and taking this new direction. And that is where the snow leopard, can you see the determination and the knowingness? You know it from the depths of your soul. You may not be able to fully describe it, which is why it's not encouraging you to just tell everybody about it, but to begin to take that action and take those steps here and allow the heaven to come to earth, because they will begin to notice the change in your physical appearance, in your demeanor, in your confidence. And then that brings in the new life to be fair. It brings the scales of justice into balance. Remember, no more games, no more this or that, tit for tat, the arguing, the fighting, the tilting, the jilting, the rejection, all of that. No, it's literally being true to being who you are, into the center of who you are. You can see that beautiful balance going on here, because she is like the scales of justice. And the clouds are being blown away from the mind, and all fear of death is gone. It's already over. So it's not anything left hanging over your head, trying to sway you this way or that. It's literally waking up to see what each new day holds for you, and the invigoration and the passion and the excitement that comes along with that. Well, I am wishing the best for you in coming into this. I hope this helps. Leave your comments down below.